Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to today's video blog. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing very well wherever you are and that you are surrounded by loved ones and making healthy lifestyle choices. Today we're going to talk about anxiety, burnout, and bad habits. And we're talking about this because specifically now, after almost a year and a half of this pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, anxiety has increased by more than 4 times. And anxiety, burnout, and bad habits, that there's a strong link there. Okay. I am Carmen Delport from Movement That Matters. I'm an holistic health and lifestyle coach, energy healer, and exercise coach. So more anxiety medication is being prescribed now than ever before, okay? But only 1 in 5 patients does it work for. So anxiety medication only work for 1 in 5 patients. So 4 out of 5 don't benefit from it at all. That is because we are all unique. We're all different beings. We all feel and act differently. So today we're going to specifically look at the link between anxiety and the mind, becoming aware of controlling the mind and how the mind works. Because through controlling the mind and creating awareness of the mind, we can control our anxiety. Okay, so how does this work? You need to ask yourself the question, what do I do to cope with my anxiety? Now, we've all experienced anxiety at some point in our lives, and we all use different things to cope with it, to lull it, to numb it. Now, it's very important to find out what you are using to cope. Okay, so we're going to become curious. So whenever you're feeling anxious, we need to look at what you're doing at that moment. So most people use bad habits to cope with anxiety. Like watching a lot of TV, maybe watching a lot of bad news that makes you feel even worse, maybe drinking alcohol and smoking, eating crap food, eating lots of crisps, eating chocolates, maybe sleeping too much, maybe exercising too much. So we're looking at anxiety that's hidden in a bad habit. What do you use to cope with your anxiety? This is very important to know, because our brains are driven by reward. So pay attention to how you're feeling when you're doing your bad habits. You will know what they are, where time is just going, or where it's things that you know you shouldn't be doing, like drinking 4 or 5 glasses of wine, eating too much chocolate. Pay attention to how you're feeling, because paying attention to how you're feeling, you can change the habit and you can create the positive actions to cope with anxiety. Okay? So creating awareness is critical for changing a habit. So maybe after drinking 1 glass of wine, you feel happy and relaxed. But how do you feel after, or even during the second glass of wine? How are you feeling? Maybe that feeling is shifting. If you're eating junk food, maybe if you're eating a bag of crisps to feel better, you think you feel better, but if you pay attention, awareness, you realize that actually after 6, 7 crisps, I've had enough salt, I've had enough pepper or whatever, and you're satisfied. And then when you eat more, you start feeling yuck, not that great anymore, and not that happy with yourself either. So then what you're using to cope with the anxiety becomes something that makes you feel not that good, and even make your anxiety even worse. And it's like something like social media. If you spend too much time on social media, maybe the first 10, 15 minutes is very nice, it's very interesting, you're relaxing. And then after that, an hour later, you've wasted an hour that you could have been doing or should have been doing something very important. And now you're feeling anxious or not that happy with yourself for what this time that you've just frivoled away, that you should have used productively. So you increase your anxiety again. So it's very important to create awareness of what you're doing, what are you doing, how are you feeling when you're doing it. Not just at the beginning of it, not just, oh, I'm going to eat this nice yummy burger, and then that's it. No, think how you're feeling halfway through it, at the end of it, 10 minutes after it. You probably feel heavy and bloated and yuck. So once you've made that connection that actually after 10, 15 minutes or after 2 glasses of wine, I don't feel great anymore, you then can change that habit, because our brain needs a reward. Okay, so only through awareness can we change a habit, because anxiety is hidden inside bad habits. Okay, so awareness is critical for changing bad habits. When I'm working with clients that really enjoy eating junk food, I always ask them to really drop their attention into their body and focus on how they're feeling 10, 15 minutes after they're eating, even half an hour after they've eaten the junk food. Okay, because then you can make that switch, like I say, then go, oh, it's not a reward anymore. How can I make it a reward? What can I change to make this a reward? Maybe only have half a portion. Maybe only have 1 glass of wine. Maybe only have 1 cigarette. Just be aware. Through awareness, we can make change. Now, no one can make you do anything. You are the only one that can make change in your life. Okay? You're the only one that can make positive changes. Changes from the negative to the positive. So it is a mind that drives the brain, and through understanding how your mind works, you can make those changes. So becoming conscious, really conscious of everything you do. How are you feeling? Drop your attention into your body. How are you feeling? What you can do is you can put post-its everywhere in your house, in your office, in your car, wherever you are, and just put on there, what am I thinking? Because most people go through life just doing, not creating awareness of their thoughts. Okay? Because if you spend those hours and hours on social media, you are creating the anxiety even more. So you feel anxious. To cope with the anxiety, you go on social media or drink the wine or eat the crap food. And then it becomes a bad habit that leads to more anxiety. So we need to break that cycle through awareness. So put the post-it notes everywhere, or maybe wear an armband or something that just reminds you all the time, what am I thinking? Creating that awareness. What am I feeling? Okay, so whenever you find yourself getting anxious, ask yourself this question. Why am I feeling anxious? Why? Is it something I did? Is it something I didn't do? Is it my thoughts? Is it negative thinking? Which is also a bad habit that needs changing. Negative self-talk. Now, we're all very good at that, and it's something we need to control. Control the mind. And you can only control the mind by creating awareness. So when you're talking negatively, you're creating anxiety, okay, which maybe leads to bad habits. So you feel bad at your negative self-talk, you feel bad about yourself, you go, oh, I'll have a glass of wine, I'll have a cigarette, I will eat this or whatever, okay? So we need to be more kind to ourselves. So when you're thinking negatively, stop the thought and change it to something positive. Positive, like, I love my children, I love my work, whatever, I love my bed, whatever you want to do. I love the way I feel when I'm in the sun. I love to feel the cold wind on my face. Just change it to anything positive that just shifts that. So whenever you are doing anything, you want to be aware. because only through awareness do you create positive changes. Now, when you're doing something, anything at all, always ask yourself, is this habit keeping me well and mentally fit? Is this habit creating the health I want? Is this habit helping me to have the body I want? Is this habit creating the life I want? Is this habit or behavior serving me? Now, these are very good questions to be asking yourself whenever you're doing anything. So whenever you may be sitting there on your phone, messaging away to everyone you can possibly think of, is this habit creating the life I want? Is this habit serving me? Now, I love this. I just think that is such fantastic questions to be asking yourself. Okay, so for me that makes me instant switch. Okay, but for most people, they need to realize that what they are doing is not feeling good at all. Okay, so really drop into your body and feel how you're feeling. Become curious. Curiosity is key to coping with anxiety, preventing burnout, and changing bad habits. Curiosity. Become curious about everything. Why am I feeling this? Why am I thinking this? Why am I doing this? Why am I seeing this? Everything just becomes curious. Turn it into this fantastic game of curiosity and make it fascinating to yourself, and just really write it down. So when you are doing a bad behavior, really write down and note down how you're feeling. So you can read how you're feeling, so you can make that switch and change that habit to something positive. Because positive habits helps you to cope with anxiety. Like, instead of eating junk food, instead of doing that, maybe go and do a breathing exercise, do a meditation, or go for a walk, or look at nature. Look at nature. Do something, that makes you happy and healthy. Go and prepare a nice meal, a salad or something. So listen to your body and your mind and accept your feelings. Okay? Accept your feelings. That's very important. When you are anxious, the first thing you do is you sit tall, you stand tall, or you lie on your back. Relax your shoulders. Take some deep belly breaths. Bring the air all the way into your belly. Keep it relaxed, don't force it. And just focus on your breath, in and out. And it will slowly become deeper and slower. And while you're doing that, really drop your attention into your body. And think, why am I feeling anxious? Okay, what did I do? What did I think? And how can I change this? Okay, just become aware of everything. So when you're having a massive anxiety attack, become really aware of the environment. What's around you? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you hear? Become aware of all your senses. Become curious. Now, lifestyle changes. I always talk about making positive lifestyle changes, positive lifestyle choices. Now, you can only make those positive changes if you are aware of how you're thinking, feeling, and acting. Becoming aware of the mind. Now, if we can control what we are thinking and what we are feeling and what we are doing, then we can choose those healthy, happy behaviors, habits, all those lifestyle choices that we need to make in order to be healthy and happy and be thriving. We all want to be thriving. Okay? So like I say, never suppress your feelings. So always look at your life experiences, okay? Because if you ignore something, like whatever happens, if you just ignore it and keep going, it will always be knocking there. Come on, look at me, and it will create anxiety if you don't, okay? Even depression if you don't. Burnout. So also, like I said, again, coping mechanism is forming bad habits. So look at your life experiences, learn the lessons from it, and move on. Don't dwell on it, because dwelling on the lessons in life that we've learned, the experiences, is also a negative thing, because life is living, is flowing, is always moving. It's always looking at the now, the present, being here. And if you are ignoring the feelings that's inside of you, they will be bubbling away. And everything happens in life for a reason. There's lessons, I should say, not a reason. There's lessons in everything. And if you don't learn the lesson, it will keep knocking on the door for you to look at, or it will come around again to teach you that lesson. Okay? So curiosity in everything. Like I say, just be curious about everything. Life experiences, everything. So use the tip of the post-it notes to remind you all the time of what you're thinking, feeling. And there's a direct link between anxiety, burnout, and emotional exhaustion and bad habits. So look at these things and it will help you to cope. So learn to understand your mind, because through understanding your mind, i.e. what are you thinking and why are you doing this and that, curiosity. Through knowing what you're doing and thinking, you can make all the lifestyle choices you need, healthy choices you need to make in order to prevent and cope with anxiety, prevent burnout, prevent bad habits, or change bad habits into very positive ones, okay? And so then you can live a healthy life. Especially now at this moment, we really need to focus on our health, on our mental health, on our physical health, our emotional health. It's all very important. Now there are many, like I say, you need to focus on the mind. So do some mindfulness, do some meditation. If you need help, get the help, okay? Always get the help that you need. And then while you're getting the help, make these changes that you need to do. But curiosity is key to a healthy life. Be curious about everything, okay? Prevent that anxiety. Remember, healthy food leads to healthy actions and thoughts, and in the other way as well. Unhealthy food leads to anxiety and depression and feeling low mood and unhappy. So I hope this video blog has helped you. As always, thank you for your messages you've sent me. I really appreciate those. I do reply to all the messages you send me, maybe not immediately, but I do reply to all of them. Thank you so much. If there's anything you want me to talk about, health and lifestyle wise, fitness wise, anything, I'm happy to do that. I hope you are finding this very helpful, and be healthy and happy. Love to all of you. Bye.